Okay, welcome to GATE BT Express series part 6. We have 4 questions. Okay, the flow is we mention what's the data provided and write down the formula that is required to solve this problem and substitute the data in the formula and arrive at the answer in the required units. Okay, question 1. The dimensions and operating conditions of a lab scale fermenter are as follows. So the dimension values of volume 1 liter, diameter 20 centimeter, agitated speed equal to 600 rpm. Ratio of diameter of the impeller to diameter of the tank is equal to 0.3. This fermenter has to be scaled up to 8000 liters. If the scale up is based on constant impeller tip speed, the speed of agitator in large reactor is dash in rpms. Assume scale-up factor is the cube root of ratio of fermenter volumes. Okay, the data provided is for the lab scale fermenter. Say they given the volume, diameter, agitated speed and the ratio of diameter of the impeller to that of the tank. It is 0.3, that is 1/3. Okay, let's start. The scale-up method is the constant impeller tip speed. So what is constant impeller tip speed? It's also called ITS. That is constant impeller tip speed. So the formula is pi times n, where n is the speed of agitator times d, where d is the diameter of the impeller or diameter of the tank. Depending on the the ratio, we can write it. Okay, so pi and d. Say for lab scale to the large scale, say 8000 liter fermenter. So the ITS for this lab scale be say pi times n1 times d tank 1, which is equal to 0.3 diameter of the impeller. Okay, say pi n2 times d tank 2, where diameter of the tank of this 8000 liter fermenter. So we get what is called n1 dt1 is equal to n2 dt2. The data provided are say n1 equal to 600 rpm times the diameter of the tank, which is 20 centimeter or 0.2 meter. So rotation per minute, which is equal to n2. n2 has to be found times the diameter of the larger vessel or the larger fermenter. So, and they have provided that the scale-up factor is the cube root of ratio of fermenter volume. So let the scale-up factor be say K, which is equal to cube root of the fermenter's volume. Larger fermenter volume is 8000 liter divided by the smaller or the lab scale fermenter volume 1 liter. So which is nothing but cube root of 8000. So scale up factor 20. Therefore the diameter of the larger fermenter is equal to K times the diameter of the smaller fermenter, say KT1. Therefore the diameter of the large fermenter is equal to 20 times the diameter of the small fermenter, that is 0.2 meter. So let's plug the data. Therefore 600 over minute is into 0.2 meter is equal to n2 times 20 into 0.2 meter. So 0.2 gets cancelled off. Therefore 600 over 20 is equal to n2. n2 value is equal to say 30 rpm. So the speed of agitator in large reactor is, which we found out, 30 rpm. Okay, second question. In a chemostat, feed flow rate and culture volume are 100 ml per hour and 1 liter. With glucose as substrate, the values of mu max and Ks are 0.2 over hour and 1 gram per liter. For a glucose concentration of 10 gram per liter in feed, the effluent substrate concentration is to be reported in, say, gram per liter. Okay, we have been given the feed flow rate, say F is equal to 100 ml per hour. Okay, let's write in consistent units, say liter, so 0.1 liter per hour, and the volume, working volume or the culture volume, is 1 liter. We define something called the dilution rate. D is equal to F by V. So F is 0.1 liter per hour divided by 1 liter. So it's 0.1 hour inverse is the dilution rate. Let's write the cell balance for this chemostat. So the cell balance be cell in minus cell out plus cell generated minus cell consumed or cell death is equal to cell accumulated. So assuming steady state, the accumulation of cells would be 0. So we make 3 assumptions. One is the sterile feed. 2, no cell death. 3, steady state. The process at steady state. Therefore, the cell balance becomes, so sterile feed, cells in 0, cells out would be F times X, cells generated would be mu XV minus cell death, so no cell death assumption, so 0 is equal to steady state assumption makes accumulation equal to 0. Therefore, Fx would be equal to mu XV. So F by V is equal to mu, but we have defined F by V is the dilution rate. Therefore, D is equal to mu. But mu is equal to mu max times concentration of substrate divided by Ks plus S, which is nothing but the monod kinetics model for cell growth. Therefore, D is equal to mu max S by Ks plus S. That is, D is equal to mu max times concentration of substrate divided by Ks plus concentration of substrate. So D times Ks plus D times S is equal to mu max times S. So D times Ks divided by mu max minus D is equal to the substrate concentration, which is nothing but the effluent substrate concentration. So let's plug the data. So D is equal to 0.1 hour inverse. So 0.1 times Ks, it's 1 gram per liter. So 1 gram per liter divided by the kinetic parameter mu max is equal to 0.2 minus D, which is 0.1, equal to the substrate concentration. Therefore, S is equal to 0.1 gram per liter divided by 0.1, which is nothing but 1 gram per liter. So the effluent substrate concentration is 1, that is 1 gram per liter. Question 3. At the end of batch culture, glucose solution is added at flow rate of, say, 200 ml per hour if the culture volume after 2 hours of glucose addition is 1000 ml. Initial culture volume is dash ml. So we need to find the volume that is present before 2 hours. Okay, the formula, so dV by dt is equal to F. This is a differential equation that governs the batch process. So let's apply limit. So initial volume be, say, V naught, and after time, say here it's 2 hours, it becomes a V final. Okay, so therefore dV is equal to F times dt, applying limit t tends to 0 to t, and volume becomes V0 to V final. Therefore Vf minus V0 is equal to F times t. So here the data is time is equal to 2 hours and the final volume is say 1000 ml and the flow rate is equal to 200 ml per hour. So Vf minus V0 is equal to Ft, 1000 ml minus V0 is equal to F 200 ml per hour into 2 hours. So 1000 ml minus V0 is equal to 400 ml. So 1000 minus 400 equal to 600 ml is the initial culture volume. So therefore the initial culture volume is say 600 ml. So the final question, the question 4, first order deactivation rate constant for soluble and immobilized aminoglycosidase enzyme are 0.03 per minute and 0.005 per minute. The ratio of half-life of immobilized enzyme to that of the soluble enzyme is dash. Okay, given is it's a first order deactivation rate constant, so it's a first order reaction. So it's a first order reaction, and we know the formula for T half is equal to 0.693 over K, where K is the rate constant and 0.693 is obtained, say, which is nothing but the ln 2. So we need to find the ratio of half-life of immobilized enzyme to that of the soluble enzyme. So write down the expression for the half-life of immobilized enzyme. Therefore the T half for immobilized is equal to 0.693 over K. The rate constant value is provided. Say the rate constant for immobilized enzyme is 0.005 per minute. And similarly T half for soluble enzyme is equal to 0.693 over 0.03 per minute. Therefore we need to find the ratio, that is T half immobilized over T half soluble, which is nothing but this expression, that is 0.693 minutes over 0.005 times reciprocate, because it's a division, 0.03 over 0.693 minutes. So it's 0.03 over 0.005, which is similar to say 30 by 5, 6. So the ratio of half-life of immobilized enzyme to that of the soluble enzyme is, which we found, 6. Okay, let's end this session by writing down the formula. So the formula which we used for calculating the constant impeller tip speed based scale up is, formula is pi nd, and for this chemostat we wrote the cell balance and we arrived something called say D is equal to mu and use the monod equation. say mu is equal to mu max times S over Ks plus S. And for third question, formula dV over dt is equal to F. On integrating, we got what is called, say, final volume minus initial volume is equal to the volume added, Ft. And for last question, first order kinetics, T half, nothing but ln 2, that is 0.693 over rate constant K. Thank you.